Hello and welcome to Roll to One. I am Jaden, and this is a cool thing we're doing. We're playing Monster of the Week. We're playing it with a bunch of Eldritch Horror. It's a good time. I call this show Whispers of Old Harbor because there's like this old harbor district and the city grew around it, and it's now become more of like a teenage drama than anything else. But in the meantime, we've learned a lot along the way. I'm here with Joey, Taylor, Ross, and Quentin in no particular order, and we're just having a blast. When I was a kid, I had lots of friends. Thanks for asking. So, without further ado, let's get ready for tonight's episode of Whispers of Old Harbor.
I didn't ask.
The party spoke to one another and got a better grasp on all of the mysteries that befell them. In the morning, they all went about their days. Sammy began investigating the house of Dr. Hastings. Harry began investigating the house of Dr. Hastings. Sammy went to Waterford's to make a deal, and Charlie wrote yet another article that Sinclair's state was unhappy with. And Catherine discovered her grandmother attempting to leave the house with all of her stuff, of course, in the moment you brought up the name Cthulhu, and became aware that she is for sure aware of that. She now lies kind of catatonic, sort of a strange-induced moment for her, and she lays on the ground. There she is now in the grass as the butler sort of walks over and grabs her. He picks her up off of the grass and pushes kind of his knee into the door to open it up, and he lays her on this lounge chair. And she sits there, her body stiff. She's, of course, alive, but she does not blink. Her eyes begin to sort of dry a little bit, and you are seeing her in this state. What do you do, Catherine? I need to hit a button.
Yeah.
After we got there it is. Done.
Do I know the butler's name?
He's never really had a name. Would you like to give him one?
I don't want to give him one. I'm
Why?
just curious.
What's his name?
I don't know. Greg.
Greg.
Gregory.
It's Butler Gregory. Ma'am.
That's a good name for a butler.
You've been here for quite some time.
Yes.
You've known my grandfather and my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know?
What do I know? What?
I'm sure you've seen things or heard things. To be frank, we both know she's gone off the deep end.
Yes. It's always the butler that knows everything, right?
Well, so they say.
No, I did not know that she had done something else. I did know that the master of the house, before his demise, was looking into something dangerous. Looking into something strange. Sort of a monster hunter. Hunting these creatures, these things, with his friend Thaddeus. This guy is probably in his... If your grandmother's in her, 70s,
Yeah.
then he's probably, in his late 50s, early 60s.
Okay.
And he says, but, I don't... Really, I've been in the beginning of this job. I remember it being very hard. I was a young, rambunctious man, and they were young and wealthy. And somewhere along the way, I guess I just got more complacent. Easier to deal with, I guess, is what they said. Now I'll do anything for them.
Does she ever give you any food? Like snacks or cookies or tea that she makes and you don't see?
Oh, occasionally. I just think that I make her tea, she makes me tea. It's been a nice gesture for these past couple weeks.
Yeah. Okay. And these past couple weeks you've noticed you've been more compliant?
I would do anything for her.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Great job.
that's unfortunate. I don't even know how to help you.
It's my job to help you. What do you need?
Well, keep her here.
Fine.
Do you know how to get her out of this state? Has she done it before?
What, is she in a state? Oh, she's sleeping.
With her eyes open.
That's how she sleeps.
Like,
you can tell if people are lying.
I know.
He believes that.
I know. That's why I'm like, I don't think
Okay,
I don't think he's
okay.
lying. I'm just concerned now. Okay. And she's always slept with her eyes open? Or has that been recent too?
He gets really close to her eyes. Like, his nose is next to them. And he goes, her eyes are open?
Oh, he can't tell. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Who has she been seeing lately? Does she, any affairs that she tends to go to weekly or every other
she's
day?
been helping Waterford plan his occasional parties. They had something a couple weeks ago. Very important to her. Her Waterford, I believe the Van Pelts were there. It was a whole affair, really. They wanted to bring all the families together and celebrate something.
Is this before the Waterford affair that I came to?
Yes. No, that was I don't know why he put that one on. It seems he said some new people arrived in town and he wanted to meet them.
Okay. So normally Waterford, Van Pelt's, Sinclair ever?
Sinclair has not been coming for quite some time. It's been hasn't been coming for well over 6 months. He's annoyed, irritated, something about money and well, anyway, we needed a loan from him as well, and I figured he just got tired of paying out every time he's arrived. People have asked him for money. I don't know why I'm telling you this. I was told not to.
From who?
From her.
Well, technically, you work for me.
I'm not sure that's true, but for some reason I'm compelled to believe that.
Okay. Well, is she going to be in that trance for a while?
You don't know.
I'm going to go to my grandfather's office.
There she lay, catatonic. Butler looking back at you, awaiting your response.
I'm going to go to the office.
All right.
Okay. I'm going there.
Have fun. you
Tell
go-
me when she wakes.
Okay.
Whatever. Okay.
So that's like I can call your cell. It's like,
I'm in the house. Just come get me.
oh, you're going to your office.
My grandfather's
Ruth's.
office.
Yeah.
Or Ruth's.
Yes,
One
you're
of
going
the
to your grandfather's office. Fine. You go to your grandfather's office, and you are in it.
Okay.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for anything he knows. So he's been hunting these, obviously. And at some point, after he died or before, she made a deal with the monsters. And I'm trying to see where that connection is.
I'm trying to. She said that she made it. She wanted to see her grandfather. And before he left, she made a deal, or they made a deal with a bunch of people, right?
No, she made a deal with Xerox Thruel.
Are we sure this? I thought just she made a deal with her husband.
No.
No, this is after this is after.
Before he passed away, they all made a deal, and then he started working against the deal. Is the way I understood it.
So I think somebody
I
killed
could have
him.
very well misunderstood, but yeah, no, I mean,
Well, but keep in mind they also met again a couple weeks ago.
right?
Yeah. Before we all arrived.
Yes.
So, anyway, I'm looking for anything, her notes, my grandfather's notes.
All right, go ahead and roll to investigate a mystery. And this you're looking for through the late Ed Elwood's things.
Not good.
How many-
8.
Ask a good question. While you're thinking about it,
Okay.
we're going to go back to Sammy. So Sammy, yeah, he was first last time, so we had to,
Yeah.
so Sammy,
That's
you were
limping to the
you were
side.
limping downstairs. So you get over to this space and you go down and he says, you actually go down a little bit of like a half level and then you enter this sort of kitchen pantry area. He opens up the pantry and then you see there's like a rope coiled in the middle of this very nicely organized pantry. And he goes, if you don't mind, could you pull this up? You flip it up and it holds against the far wall and then you see like a cellar you can go down into, but it's obviously hidden underneath the floorboard. And he goes, down the thing. You guys get all the way to the bottom. Barrels and barrels and bottles and bottles. It's a rack. It's all like a sort of cobble space. And he says, so all of your contributions will remain here until they need to be distributed. Then they will be brought to the manor, and then in the manor we will deliver them out. We will find a way. I have some. In order to not arouse suspicion, the lizards and I have been having lots of conversations about moving things, and they have been handling from port to port. My contacts in England have been maintaining good relationship with me. Of course, I'm not too worried. I can sell things over there. They're not bothered. But I can't sell things here. So I've been moving my business overseas, and in order to oversee that, I have been making conversation with the lizards. Now, I don't deal directly with any contact, but it repeats. So if they find out that I'm dealing with you, we may have some issues. They're not too fond of the Acadianos, as I'm sure you know. However, I do like your flavor of maple syrup.
It's a classic. What can I say? What did you say was at the manor?
It is where we've been using its dock to move our merchandise.
Man, the manor is such an interesting place. They want to get rid of it?
They say it serves no purpose, but it does serve a purpose. It's just they're not aware of it.
I mean, you mean
I mean my operation, of course.
Of course. I want to do I believe him? Is there? But I don't think I can do
You
that.
don't have that.
You don't have that.
You don't have that.
I'm like, inside check. I can't do that in this game. I just want to make sure that all of my, I don't want to risk my contacts in our business. And so I'd like to see all of the operation before we before we ink in a deal that is that's a hefty one by our conversations. And that is not
No, I completely understand. I will tell you that tonight is the wake. Is it the tonight? I think it said tonight.
You said afternoon.
No, it's not. It's Wednesday, so it's actually Thursday is when the
What?
wake is, right?
Well, you said
Didn't I say that?
tomorrow.
And it was Tuesday.
Oh, so no, it is Wednesday, right?
Yes,
it is
yeah,
Wednesday.
it's currently
In the
Wednesday.
I want to make
Afternoon.
sure that I said that right. So, okay, so Wednesday afternoon. Tonight is actually the wake of the late Somers.
Yes.
And so this is actually perfect. We will have most of the people in town mourning the loss of our mayor. So I will be moving merchandise. So I will be sick this afternoon, unable to attend. Should you like to join me, I will be going over to the manor. But however, there will be lizards there. And as you know with lizards, they sometimes bite those that they are unfamiliar with. So we'll need some sort of a ruse to not arouse their suspicions.
Well, we can go by a different name if you would like, if that's something. I know that I have once you know my name, it's hard to forget all this. But if they don't know that I'm an Acadiano, I don't feel like we should have a problem. I can just be some muscle.
I don't have a problem with it. I think that's fine. I don't mind bringing you along. That's really what I'm saying, is that tonight we will be making a delivery. I could add on some things. I've not reached capacity yet, and the weight is not too much. If you'd like to add a couple bottles to sweeten the deal. I will
Yes.
show you without any. We'll call the first one free.
What do you mean?
I'm saying you donate a bottle. I won't charge you any fee, and we'll just see how they do there in Kent Coast. And if they do well, then we can do business.
And I
Okay.
get to, and yeah, I will bring them some merchandise too tonight.
Kent Coast is, by the way, a place in England that actually did receive a significant amount of deliveries from America in 1920 due to Prohibition.
Nerd.
Yeah, I know what Kent is.
Kent Coast is.
I didn't say Kent. Whatever. Yeah, no, that sounds like a good deal to me. Now, do you want me to be there as a business partner, or do you want me to be there as just a muscle so that I don't arouse suspicion?
I don't mind. I truly just want you to see what's going on there. You'll be pleasantly surprised. However, we don't go upstairs. We don't like it upstairs. We've locked all the doors. We don't like the sounds that are coming from there. It's kept most people away.
What is that supposed to?
Oh, the old family that lived there before.
Who?
Well, it was the Van Pelt family that built the thing in the first place.
Oh, and why did they leave?
Well, they sank most of their money into it. Art, the place is full of art. Well-painted things. They hired a local painter who was supposedly mad. Whatever he painted, they loved it. It was amazing. And then all of a sudden, the Van Pelts, they lost their fortune into the house as it sort of condemned when multiple people died in it. And now we use the place to... I sort of said I refurbished the place, but I'm not touching the upstairs. Got a ghost laying there.
Do you use the cellar and the
Yes, we use the
And the
downstairs
docks?
and the cellars and the docks, and then we can enter most of the place through the back, but I don't touch the upstairs.
right?
Elias has been wanting to actually refurbish the upstairs, has been wanting to do it for quite some time, but I won't let him. No, we don't want to deal with that. We want people to stay away. He knows, of course, why, but he has yet to visit.
Well, I think that I can meet you at the. Is there a place that you meet and then walk up to? Do you just drive up to the door?
Oh, yes, we can park out front. No one's going to care. I mean, the people know that it's there, and we don't do anything illegal.
All right, I will meet you there tonight.
Yes, we'll just say sunset. I'm not sure what your watch is. Let's synchronize them then, I guess. And he... Look, that's a thing.
Yeah, I know.
And so he pulls out his little pocket watch, and you guys synchronize your watches. And he says, all right, then I'll see you there at exactly 7:30.
Yes. Wonderful. I will. I look forward to doing business.
Yes, it's a shame what happened. It's a shame. He winks. It's a shame what happened to, wow.
Summer.
Summers.
Nope.
Hastings.
He says, it's a shame what happened to Hastings.
What happened to Hastings?
Did you hear what happened to him?
I didn't.
Well, we've all been watching our mirrors, have you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I figured you and Mr. Stearns had something like that, but
Oh,
I guess not.
no, I don't know what you're referring to. Well, I'll see you at 7:30.
I will see you then. And then he leads you out of the cellar, and you guys go out, and he has you close it, and you leave his house.
Cool. Anything suspicious on my way out that I see?
You make an eye to the dagger on the wall that you remember holding in your hand for just a brief moment. It's back.
Is it similar to a spear that I once held?
A little bit. But it's not quite the same.
Cool.
Crap, they're on to me. Oh man.
Cool. And I will do I kind of have where's his car parked as I leave and he closed the door behind me and I'm alone?
He has a garage. Like a place, I guess it would be like
a
an
carriage
actual
house.
yeah.
Is it open?
No, but it could be. Here's what I'm gonna do. Harry is in the house right now. It's nearby. Harry is in the office of Dr. Hastings, who recently deceased.
Right.
I'm cutting away. Sorry, there's too much going on. I can't deal with that yet.
Cut off.
I have to think and talk at the same time. It's a thing I do. So you are sort of in this room, and you have let her outside. You've said to stay outside the office, so I'll tell you, you close it.
Yeah.
Do you lock it?
No. I probably should. Yeah, I'm gonna. No, I'm not going to, because she still thinks. I'm gonna act as a normal cop.
You take your thumb off of the lock, and you walk away as you were planning on locking it, and you chose not to.
Right.
All right, so you're in a room. It's filled head to toe with items of various medicinal purposes, and however, there's also like a large desk. But in this case, the desk is on wheels. Actually, the desk seems to move. It seems to be able to have a little rotating wheels at the bottom, and the chair is also on wheels. And you see kind of in kind of the room, there's a lot of hanging sort of they would almost be it'd also be like a cot but upside down, right? And sort of in those cots is all these sort of canisters and sort of containers, and they're all sort of sitting on the ceiling, right? A lot of this room is heavily storage based. Okay. And then you also see at the other end of the room, there's sort of what would be like an ironing board that kind of pulls off the wall, but instead of it being an ironing board, it's a full on long extended table.
Okay.
And he's able to sort of either operate or, lay things out. It's a well organized and put together place. Of course,
it was.
Of course, no, it's currently still. Yeah,
okay.
Currently very well organized. And then you see that they're the body, but you also see that the police have circled and marked 3 pearls that have fallen out of his hand, and they're now sitting there on the ground. Nobody has touched them. But that's the room as far as immediately. So go ahead and give me your investigative mystery, your 1, as she grows impatient.
All right, let's roll. Oh wait, just the one question. Okay.
No. Give me your
Still have to
investigative
roll
mystery
first.
roll.
Well, okay.
So you still can fail. I'm saying the other
Right.
one was a potential option of getting 2.
8.
All right, so get your 1 question.
One question. Okay.
Make it count.
Yes. What is being concealed here?
I like it. That's a good choice. It's a good choice. What is being concealed here? So you of course understand. Yeah, he died. You grab the pearls, do you not?
Yes. I grab the pearls. That's the first thing that I do as I'm kind of taking in the whole scene.
You grab the pearls, and you see a lot of storage, a lot of packed away things. Mm-hmm. And as you go down on the ground, you see that this room this room is immaculate. And then as you sort of grab the pearls, you're sort of on your knees looking down, and then you instinctively lie on your back, just to look around the room from a different perspective. It's something that you've done before. You sometimes walk in the middle of the room and you lay down and you look at it from a different perspective. A detective would have his means and ideas, and this has worked for you in the past. As you see the blood splatter on the ceiling, you look around and see all these containers, right? These things hanging, and you see that where the blood splatter is, there's a bit more of a darkening around a rim, it was able to travel farther through, and you see the rim of a false ceiling panel as you sort of see it drip, and you could potentially get something up there.
Okay. Do I need a stool or something? Or
keep in mind all the things that you could move are on wheels.
Right. There's no just regular stool. There's no. Everything has
not
wheels
in this
on.
room.
Okay.
Those 2 things that I described are on wheels. Everything that you could use to climb. The intention is that you will have to act under pressure in order to do it well.
Yeah. No, I get that. I'm just clarifying.
Yep.
Okay. So.
Are you done?
I just need another minute.
Hurry.
Okay. So I will grab the chair because I feel like that's going to be easier to move.
Yep. Go ahead and roll to act under pressure as you climb up on this stool and are attempting to open a false panel.
8.
All right. You know what this means. It means that there is a consequence.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you the consequence. I'm just going to let it happen.
Right.
So you go up there.
Yeah.
You manage to hold your footing. You do what you need to do. It's awesome.
Right.
You got this false panel open, and it's like a folded manila folder.
Okay.
And you've got it in your hand. It's filled to the brim with pictures. And then you see, looking down to your right, Mrs. Hastings. As you stand there on the stool with a panel down, she's looking at you. And she goes, "What is that?"
That is a great question, ma'am. I was trying to figure that out myself.
You're here to find out, she says, "You're here to find out what happened to my husband, not to steal his things," and snatches the manila folder out of your hand.
I was not stealing, ma'am. In the course of my investigations, I have to search in a lot of weird places. And I don't even know exactly what's in that envelope. I just found it. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions about what you experienced last night? Why do you think it was Van Pelt? I think I heard you say that earlier. So let's start at the beginning.
Yep.
Yeah. So tell me about last night. What was Dr. Hastings acting like? Just start at the beginning of the evening.
He was very concerned with his latest patient, Mr. Van Pelt, who had gone mad.
Okay.
He had been reportedly seeing things. His vision was blurring. He was having issues standing up straight.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the madness that happened at the party, I was unable to attend.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all just, it doesn't make sense because he was getting better. The doctor said he was able to perform the last surgery, and then he was fine.
Okay.
And then I heard a bang. There's no gun in this room.
She said that or you said that?
I said that.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm telling you,
just making
remember
sure.
when I described this room, there was no gun.
Right.
But now I'm letting you in on it.
Right, okay.
And she says, and then I heard a bang. So I ran upstairs and my husband was dead.
Okay. So what happened with the back door? You didn't mention anything about that. It looks like someone may have forced it open or broke it, or do you know how that happened?
I don't, but did you want to look at it?
Yes, but I just want to get your experience. Did anyone come by last night, or did you hear anyone stop by? Based on what I've heard, it sounds like this all happened pretty late.
Yes, it did. Mr. Well, I know it. I'm just unable to come up with the word. It's Mr. Waterford came by last night.
Okay. And I assume that he came up here and chatted with your husband?
Yes, he had come by and asked how Julian was doing.
Okay.
He seemed to be concerned. I mean, I understand with the wealthy families, friends, and things and whatnot. Then those two went to his office, had a conversation, and then he left.
Okay. And you said at the police station that you think Julian was involved. Why? I mean, from the sounds of it, he wasn't even here last night. So why?
No, Julian was here last night.
Julian Van Pelt was here at the house last night.
He was the patient.
Okay, so he was in the house last night and not at the asylum.
No.
Oh.
What?
Because from my understanding, Julian went to the asylum and was staying at the asylum. But you're saying
he was taken to the asylum, but he was brought here for the surgery.
Oh, okay. And did Dr. Hastings say what the surgery was for?
He said that the likelihood of it being, that he had actually lost his mind was very low, and that it was likely a response to some sort of a physical ailment. So he went investigating and found out it was some sort of a stomach bug.
Interesting. Okay. So, Dr. Hastings performed the surgery on Julian, found something that was the stomach bug, and then Waterford came afterwards to check in on Julian, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What happened to Julian? Where is he?
Well, his bed is well made, so I'm assuming he's... And you see he's kind of just losing it.
Okay. Mrs. Hastings, are you okay?
Nothing.
I'll tell you, you've been watching as I've been getting less good at responding to these questions, correct?
Yes. Yeah, I know. I'm a cop. I'm trying to investigate.
Right.
Oh, yes.
And she's been giving you information that's... It's like information that that she's telling you the truth, and then she's telling you something that's been planted there, and then she's telling you the truth, and then she's telling you something that's been planted there. And as the conversation is going on, she's been getting less good at giving you the conversational responses.
Okay.
And now everything that you ask her is, Julian wasn't here. What happened to Julian? He didn't do anything.
Okay.
I'm not angry.
All right. Mrs. Hastings, can you show me the downstairs? So, I want to check out the back door and just want to make sure that nothing else is out of sorts downstairs.
Of course. Sure. Maybe you can. Yeah. I'll make a snack while we wait.
Okay.
Don't eat that.
Yeah, I'm planning on it.
So you guys go downstairs.
Yeah.
You walk into the room. Okay, you walk into this room. And like in the corner, upper ceiling corner, between two walls in the ceiling, you see like 6 legs and a long torso and a wide face with a mauve teeth.
Do I recognize this face?
Nope.
Okay.
As it just sits there up in the corner as you walk in, she just turns left, hears a ding, and then she like walks over to the oven and pulls out like a big pile of mush and like puts it on the table and then just goes, it's so good, I can't even wait. Just takes a bite. And then you just see in the corner that a mini mouth.
Yeah, or like a baby mini mouth.
A partial mini mouth.
All right. Harry is gonna try and keep his cool. Try not to react. And
Yep.
it's like, very. So I assume that when she took, was taking out the goo from the oven, she set down the envelope while she's distracted.
Sure, yeah.
While she's distracted with that, I'm gonna do my best to grab it while she's distracted by
You just
Mona.
grab it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And just subtly just put it into my jacket.
You do that.
And be like,
And this thing begins to
like slowly
move itself off of the wall and then starts to get on the ground. And then you lose it behind the couch.
No. No.
Mrs. Hastings, you know what? I think it may be better to ask some of these questions back at the police station. Can we go?
Why? Why would we leave?
Different studies have found that you remember things better at a police station. So let's go. Let's go now.
No.
She's not going to move, but this thing does. It's close. What do you do?
I'm going to tense and be ready. I'm kind of looking around the counter, seeing what I could potentially use as an improvised
Are
weapon.
they everywhere? Sorry.
You don't have your gun with you?
No, I do. However, I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to draw it and
Well, fair
aim.
enough.
Use a blunt force object like a frying pan.
You can
or,
shoot it.
Yeah.
You can do that. It's
Right.
moving towards you, or you can run.
Okay.
The back door is right there. and
Right.
Not closed.
I'm gonna suddenly just turn around, drawing my gun as I turn around, and just try and shoot it as many times as I can.
All right, the second gunshot within 24 hours. Go ahead and roll to kick some ass.
I was not. I should have been expecting this.
I'm trying
wasn't.
to get the timeline. Like,
What do you mean?
Like when this is happening while you guys are doing
no,
your
no, no,
things?
no, no. Of this evening and drawing
Oh.
11.
11?
Yeah.
Wow, wow.
Yes.
Wow, what do you choose that your bonus is? Obviously you're going to do some harm to it, but what's the real goal here?
Let's see. I'm just gonna inflict terrible harm. There's no way that I'm gonna be able to do.
So how much harm do you do to this creature?
So I believe my gun is. One second, let me double check. It's a 3 harm normally, so it will be a 4 harm.
Okay.
Holy.
So
Nice.
it comes at you, you fire, and then it jumps upon you, throwing you to your back, and then just goes and just claws at you, and you take 2 harm.
I only took one though, right?
Yep.
No, if I only take 1, I don't take
Oh,
any harm. But if I
that's
take
right.
2 harm,
Right.
then
I
I'm still
don't.
dead.
Anytime he
It's-
looks at these things, you guys all have to deal with the ramifications. He does not.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not that I take 1 less harm. It's just if it's 1 harm,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't
take
take
harm.
it. Yeah.
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 All right. Yeah. So
So it's on top of you.
Yeah.
What do you
Now
do?
what?
I'm going to try and push it away, and I try and take another shot at it.
Okay, I will tell you.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna need to do 3-4 harms in order to kill this thing.
Okay.
Like it is. We've already determined it's a 12 harm creature.
Oh wait. So even in its semi-baby form.
Oh, I see what you're trying to convince me of.
What? No, I'm just clarifying.
No, it's good. I meant to tell you that it's like a fully formed mini mouth.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
Just
that's maybe my misinterpretation. But I will tell you then given that understanding right now, as you see it up close, you see that it doesn't matter. It's going to be bad to deal with.
Okay. Fair. I
You're good.
assumed that since it was smaller,
Yeah.
it was just kind of up in the corner instead of the.
The
bigger
big
Big
old
one
human
that we
thing.
saw.
centipede
Yeah.
that we saw in the basement of the
Yeah.
hospital.
Okay.
Yeah. I
I'm-
don't know if you've ever played. I mean, nobody's here has played Elden Ring, but there's these nasty blood bugs. I'll just tell you right now, they're just nasty. It's like he almost has it's like the body. It's like if you took your own lower half and just extended it too far and added legs. Like it's just not good.
So the size of so it's kind of like a golden retriever size.
No, it's bigger.
Bigger than that. Okay.
It's like you and I sized. Like it's not a good size person. Like it's a
That
thing.
was a very big misunderstanding.
No, but it was like it had
Yeah.
packed itself in
Okay.
the corner.
Gotcha. Okay.
Full on
I,
accordion.
if I realized it was bigger, I would have freaked out.
No,
a
you're good.
lot more.
I
Nope,
still think
nope.
that
No,
you
this is
reacting
good.
like I can do it, bang, and then it's like, like it's just not
Oh
ideal.
my god, it's so big!
Bigger than the top,
And I'll tell you, you're on the ground, and she turns around and goes, "Are you sure you don't want some?"
He's like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna try and force it out, and I'm gonna
You gonna run?
try and grab her and run
Oh, you're gonna try to grab
leave
her
her.
and run?
because I have
I'm
something.
like,
no,
oh, well.
I one of my skills is leave no one behind. In combat, when you help someone escape, roll plus sharp.
Oh, I like it. I'm actually gonna say you need to roll under pressure, roll to act under pressure, but you are adding sharp instead of cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
so act.
Yeah,
Okay.
just basically just roll
Yeah.
plus sharp.
Roll plus sharp. That is a 10.
10. Yeah, you do what you set out to do. You grab her and you begin to understand why this door is the way that it is.
Yep.
And yeah, you get to the edge of this house and you see as this being does not leave.
The
It
house.
does not leave the house. It stays right there.
Which makes sense because it doesn't like light. It does not like
It's
sunlight.
daytime.
No, it does
I mean,
not like
it,
the light.
It doesn't like flashlight, so I assume it doesn't like normal light.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep,
It's
and it
gonna
stays
leave later.
It stays right there.
Right.
Who visited last night?
Waterford.
Waterford.
'Kay. Just adding all the pieces together,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. So
Oh.
what
Waterford's the bad guy.
what it sounds like happens. Julian was there. Hastings performed surgery. Somehow got both the pearl and he turned into Minnie Mouse.
Just Julian. What?
No,
So
Julian.
are we, well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I'm like thinking. Is it Julian?
I think it's Julian.
or
That would be
did Julian leave? That's where I'm not knowing yet.
I think that was
50-50.
Julian.
Yeah.
I think it was Julian. Don't know that for sure, but that's what makes sense. So, based on the conversation that Waterford had with Hastings, he realized.
Okay, there's a bed in the house.
Yeah,
And there's also a place to do surgery.
it sounds like there's two places to do surgery. There's the office and then down.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you could have both be true. You could have
Right.
someone turn into something, and then you could also have Julian have gotten away. You
That's
could
true.
also have
Right.
Julian been
Because,
turned.
because we know that
We don't know Julian was alone.
if the pearls are removed, if the only time somebody turns into a Minnie Mouth is if the pearl remains in them and it hatches.
As we understand it.
Yeah.
As we understand it. So.
Yeah, I'll tell you that remains true. That remains true. So it's like you're understanding what you're seeing before you is likely not Julian.
That was how
Okay.
that was how Thaddeus explained it to
Okay.
us. Yeah.
And
Gotcha.
we don't know that they were alone in the two of them doing
That's
it.
true.
Yeah.
There could have just been a third person.
Okay. Cool.
Or it could be another Minnie Mouse that followed them.
I know, but a lot happens now. You're understanding at night.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So we're out of there. I'm obviously injured. She's Mrs. Hastings is
Crazy.
there with me. So
Yep.
she's like, all right. Mrs. Hastings, let's still go to the police station. We may have some more questions, but I think since your house is still a crime scene, we would ask that you stay away from the house for at least 24 hours.
So during the day.
Okay.
All right.
She's very complacent.
Yes. All right. So I get her back into the car, try and bandage myself up as much as I can, and we head back to the police station.
Okay. Charlie, what are you doing?
So since
Charlie, I'll let you decide where everyone here has decided to reconvene in the afternoon. But I will obviously, because you decided, you get the head start, and I'll give you like one more action of things you can do before everyone else arrives. So basically, you're deciding right now, kind of where are you doing what you're about to do, and then do they join you? Because you could go to the bookstore, you could go to, because it's like you get out of work earlier than everybody else because you're a journalist.
Yeah.
Because you don't have like a set schedule.
My job is to be out of the office.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's got to deal with his, he's has a similar idea, but 9 to 5
Yeah.
is still kind of how he's applied here.
Yeah.
And then obviously, you're doing schoolwork kind of all day, dealing with the things that you're going to eventually have to encounter with tomorrow, being Sinclair. And then Sammy's just been making some deals, still trying to make money for his family.
Yep.
So Charlie, what do you do?
Taking the day off from writing articles that will tick off Sinclair any further, because I feel like it's like, all right, I found my line. I'm gonna tow it for a little bit. I think I've met all of the Thaddeus except for the youngest one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go to him.
Okay. This is the place you've decided you're all going to convene.
Yes. And I'm going to ask him about that book that I got a long while ago that I have issues being able to understand, and I'm going to ask him to help me understand it
So
better.
you arrive...
You asking baby Thaddeus that?
Baby
Little Thad,
Thaddeus.
you arrive at this brand new bookstore, like built right on the corner in the nice district. It is right there, and you sort of see hanging outside this brand new book, right? All that stuff that we talked about. And you get outside this door, and you open it up, and you hear the little ding, and there's a little boy standing on a stool by the cash register who's got a top hat and tails, and he won't have a mustache yet, obviously, but he will one day. And he looks at
so
you,
cute.
and he's like, "Hello, welcome in.
Hello, Thaddeus.
Do I know you?"
You will.
All right.
Beautiful thing about kids, they're usually more like accepting of weird things.
Especially if it's Thaddeus.
Yes. So in the future, you will lend me this book, and I hold it out in front of him, and I'm like, and I ask him, I'm having some trouble understanding it to the fullest extent. Would you mind assisting me in better understanding what this book has to do with what we're doing right now?
Well, I don't know what you mean. What are you doing?
We're currently dealing with... Is this building protected from names
From names?
escaping?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just say, okay then. We're dealing with a three-eyed entity, and the what is the event called again, guys? I can't
So
remember.
time, space, and reality?
Yeah.
Time, space, and reality.
Yeah.
Is your father associated with any one of those particular aspects?
Yeah.
Which one?
Would it happen to be time?
Yeah.
Is he familiar with aspects of the other two?
Yeah. Well, sort of. Because space and reality can't happen without time, and if you just have reality, then yeah, you can perceive space, but you can't move in it. And if you have space without reality, then it's just nothing.
So 3 sides to the same figure.
Yeah.
Would there be any reason why your father would not want reality having a stronger hold of things?
Well, I mean, I guess reality could be better described as like now. And if it was always now, then there wouldn't be any other time, would there?
Very wise.
He shrugs.
Could you help me identify those characters from these runes? And I open the book and I like kind of go through it to try and find anything specifically about reality.
Oh, I see. Okay, so go ahead and I mean, I guess in this case it was going to have to be an investigative mystery roll.
Okay.
Could it be weird?
I see what you're trying to say. I actually like that it's weird. That makes sense. But to me, use magic is more like what he does when it's weird.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
gonna I like the idea of investigating mystery plus weird. Good idea.
Okay. So Hey, thank goodness. That'll be a 7.
Ask a good question.
Barely.
Mm-hmm.
There's one that's pretty good.
I mean, there's the general one that kind of will give me a broad idea of things, but I'd kind of like something a bit more specific. But the one I'm currently... So, what is concealed here, or...
What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it?
I'm really struggling with what is concealed here. What can it do? What can hurt it? Those are the 3 that I'm...
Everyone arrives. Ding, 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 ding. Charlie's studying this book, sitting at a table. Little Thaddeus says, "Welcome in."
What are you working on?
You all have arrived.
What?
I didn't even get to do.
Oh, I see.
What?
I see.
What-
Sorry, what were you trying to do?
What can hurt it?
Go ahead.
What can hurt it?
Yeah.
Give me a second. What were you doing?
I was looking in my
Oh, yeah.
grandfather's office.
And that's my bad.
And Sammy was also checking out the carriage house.
Oh my god, so many things. I'm like, let's
The,
hurry
said-
up.
the
y'all-
dangers of splitting us up.
I know.
Skip it.
So here's what I'm gonna do. What are you trying to do?
Trying to find anything about. Heck, I don't even remember now.
You're trying to about Ed and his
Yeah,
adventures.
Figure.
What is being concealed here is my question for my investigate mystery.
And you rolled that? Okay, great. Sorry, there's a lot going on.
Yep.
A lot of things. He got me in Thaddeus land, and that's a dangerous place to be.
It really is.
So yeah, you are asking the question of
What is being concealed
Thank
here?
you. What is being concealed here in this desk, in this room, in this pile of notes, in this adventure. You look in, and what is being concealed here is that everything related to Ed was thrown out. All of it thrown out. Like he was buried along with him. Like he was just this legendary idea that not much is written about, that not many people have looked into, that when he was shut up, everything else about it was shut up too. And then you find a little piece of paper sitting in the corner of the desk, like it's always been there, but you just barely noticed it now. And it's got a little Three Lanterns bookstore stamp on the side of it. But it's not addressed to Ms. Elwood, it's addressed to Mr. Elwood. But the script is much older. Looks like it was handwritten, not typed. And it's a letter to Ed. And it says, you know, come to the Three Lanterns bookstore. And it's an invitation telling him the password, the things that he needs to say.
Which password?
That's a good question.
Or is it a different password?
I'll tell you right now, the letter itself is fuzzy for you to read. Part of the reason I'm not reading it verbatim.
Yeah.
You guys haven't really tried to read each other's yet, so.
Well, because the only time that any of us have gone into the same store together to use a password was Catherine and I.
Yeah.
Everybody else has just been like the person inside
Yeah.
let them in. Yeah.
Is there a mirror in this office?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go look at it.
Like, I'll tell you, you see as you walk in, there's like a little wall. There's like a little wall mirror. It's like a little hook, like a little like spot for you to hang a hand mirror. And on that little hand mirror is there on the wall. You look at it.
I take it.
Yep. What are you doing with it?
Taking it to him. Show me how to use it.
Okay. Great. Now let's finish and resolve this thing I forgot.
So,
I'm a human, guys.
Well, I think that in all the time Sammy had waiting to figure out if he was going to break into this garage,
Okay.
I think he's going to go against that instinct.
Okay.
And instead, get in the car and head on back to the hotel. Check on Frank and Tony.
Well, good. We're bored.
Lilith back yet? That's me asking both them and you.
I believe she said she had a day of being in bed rest, and you had just talked to her that previous day,
Great.
So she's still in the hospital.
and she's being let out this evening.
She's at the hospital with all the mayhem I caused with my article.
Right.
Now, can I please? I'm sorry. Please reconvene back at togetherness.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
I mean,
you.
I guess if we have to.
I kind of like splitting your attention.
It was really painful.
It was your idea.
It's cool, isn't it? Having an episode apart. Now that's 2. So now we're all back together.
Yep.
Now you're all in the same bookstore, and Charlie is reading this thing, and you've all done
Charlie,
your
what
things.
are you looking at?
I'm looking at the different aspects of the 3 eyes, and I look at
Can I help?
Yeah,
little-
did you ask a question?
little Thaddeus, and I said, "What can harm?
Oh, what can hurt it?
What can hurt these aspects?"
What can hurt it? What can hurt it? What can hurt what? You're saying you're asking about reality. That was what I remember the
That
conversation.
was the one I was mainly focusing
Right.
on.
So
Yes.
then I will answer that question. What can hurt reality? It's a good question, right?
Welcome to Philosophy 101 with Jaden Arden Miller.
I think the answer truly is madness.
Madness?
Right? Like, what can hurt reality is not being able to see it correctly, not being able to process it, not being able to know it, not being able to deal with it. Like when people are going through tough times, like when they're like it's in a way, you know, it's a sensitive topic, but like Dr. Hastings is an example of what happens when reality hits Saul too heavily. Right? Letting it go. What can hurt it? Don't let it have that power to begin with. Hope in something else, something bigger, stronger.
Are we able to join Charlie in his research as we get there?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You guys are all in the same room now.
Should we all investigate the mystery? I
Uh,
would like to.
okay. Well, you can help him.
I kind of want to do it on my. I'd rather do it on my own.
Okay. I assume that I came here right after dropping Mrs. Hastings off at the police station. I haven't had a chance to look at the envelope yet.
Yeah, so I'll just tell you, you have that here.
Yes.
You can bring it here.
Right. So that is what while other people are chatting, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up the envelope and look at the photos that are in there.
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
excited.
Are you excited? What are you excited about? Let us
She
in.
wants to know what's in that envelope.
Oh no.
What is it?
What is
Sorry.
it?
I want to observe another place or time.
Go ahead and
with
roll to
my
you roll to
mirror.
use magic.
Yes. There we go.
Oh,
Oh.
it's gone.
Oh man.
Can gonna have that. Okay. 8.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
It works imperfectly. Choose
Yours
your
work
effect and
imperfectly or
glitch.
Perfectly.
Pardon?
Did yours work perfectly or imperfectly?
What? My seeing a different place or time? I think I had a 10 on. I used a luck on it because I rolled like 2 1s. Yeah.
Luck, man. You can always use luck.
I could, but I rolled an 8.
Okay, so go ahead and choose your effect, which is look into another place or time. Great. And then now give me the glitch.
The effect is of short duration.
Oh, I see. Where are you trying to look?
My grandfather and Thaddeus together.
Oh, that's a great choice.
Alright.
As Catherine's sitting there at this desk, and you guys are all kind of sitting around. It's like a not children's reading space, but it kind of has that feel to it. As you kind of see this like pile of books in the middle that are all like, read this and buy this, and
Well, especially with little Thaddeus there too.
little bookmarks like ready, take one, you know.
Uh-huh.
And you guys are all looking around. Sammy pulls open this manila folder. Sammy, freaking Harry, pulls open this manila folder, and it's your fault, guys. And he looks it open. He's like scanning through these papers. It's like small text, dense documents, man, I need you to just roll plus sharp.
Roll plus sharp.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all I need you to do. And Sammy, you're trying to investigate the same
Just,
context.
No, a different. I'm just trying to. I want to read to see if I can learn anything about basically helping, but on my own. He who shall not be named.
Okay, go ahead and roll to investigate a mystery and roll plus weird.
Oh, plus weird. I can't do plus sharp.
Nope.
Nope,
And by the
we
way,
established plus
failing
weird for
will
myself.
cost you harm.
Okay, then I don't want to do that.
Oh, come on. Risk it for the biscuit.
Nope. I will.
It's such a big biscuit, though. Come on.
You can also just use luck and just do it.
No, I want to instead look for information about why the Harborview Manor, what the deaths were.
Oh,
And that
looking into the
mystery.
history of
Yeah.
the like local history. All right, go ahead and just roll to investigate a mystery.
12.
12. 12. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
10 and plus 2.
You're a detective. You can't help but have your own biases. I have an answer to my question, but what were you hoping was in here?
I was hoping that it would be something that would help us along with our mystery, something about the plans of the group, or just Dr. Hastings' role in everything that was going on. That's what I was hoping.
Well, also with photos, who all is actually in the group?
Well, honestly, I was thinking
we have some.
We have a
We
pretty
have,
good
we have
idea.
assumptions,
What-
but there might be people we don't.
the photos. I was assuming they were going to be surgery related,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
successes and fails with the surgery.
That's fair.
That's what I was assuming the photos were, but the documents, I was hoping that it was other kind of their master plan or notes about the master plan. Now, what was it?
What did you roll, Sammy?
10.
10. You look into these kind of previous life that almost happened for the Van Pelts, right? They have all their dreams and these things, and they're talking about the manor being built, and it's like this is like a little mini book kind of about the local town. And you find out that of course this local artist had been painting these paintings that seemed to just get people's attention. It really came to life in their minds as they sort of perceived and looked into these little worlds that were getting created. And there was this one painting that they loved so much. It was perfect. It was this little corner lighthouse, and so they loved it so much that they erected a building of it. They built it. They built this lighthouse, and they had the painter change the painting to be like their home. They were like, it's amazing. And this painter said, no, don't do that. You don't want that. You don't want me to change the painting. You don't want me to put your house in this painting. And they said, we do. We want it more than anything. And he said, don't do it. And they did. And Next thing they know, the house is foreclosed. Their fortunes are lost. The Van Pelts are now reduced to simple architects and doing their jobs and the lowliest of the families, as they had once been some of the best. And nobody knows really what became of that painter. Some say that he moved away. Some say that he died. And some people say that he took a lowly job in town.
Any names?
No real names.
Just the painter.
Just a painter. But something within you sort of reminds you of somebody. What was your role? You said
10.
a 10? Something about you're looking at this makes you think that he probably just took a lowly job in town. Okay. So you open your manila folder, Harry.
Yep.
And you find... I know exactly what it is. I just don't know if you're ready for it.
Your birth certificate. No. You are the cause. No.
It is blackmail against Sinclair.
Ooh, okay.
He has... Not all of his money is his. Some of his money belongs to his sister, Marcella Copperfield.
I was right.
And we will pick up there next time as I sort of revealed that little tidbit, and the plot continues to grow and become exciting. As I hope you are enjoying it, whether you're listening on our YouTube music, which I keep forgetting to mention, or you are watching at home. You have been a wonderful audience, and the game continues next time on Roll to One.